Welcome to our Fridays at First podcast. My name is Richard Gibbons, and I'm a member of the pastoral staff here at First Presbyterian Church in downtown Greenville in South Carolina. This week, your intrepid podcast host was innocently walking through a major retail store when I noticed a sign, Baby Changing Station. Although I had previously seen such signs, I had not paid attention to them. This time, however, I was intrigued. I waited and watched several parents take their children inside. After watching for a few minutes, it became very clear that this was a hoax. The parents always came out with the same child. I was so disappointed. With Sunday being Palm Sunday and next week being Easter week, we anticipate the church being incredibly busy. Our Monday-Thursday service, which is a communion service, will take place in the main sanctuary at 7 o'clock. If you've never attended, it is a very moving service, with the end coming as something of a surprise. Please come and join us. Bring a friend, as we begin to make our descent into the wonder and joy of Easter Sunday. Most of you are aware of our times for Easter services, but just in case, here they are again. 8 o'clock in the main sanctuary, 9:15 in the Worship and Arts Centre, 9:30 Sanctuary, 10:45 Worship and Arts Centre, then once again 11 a.m. in the Sanctuary. You can pick up an Easter invitation card around the church and pass them on to family and friends, and please invite them to join us. For additional information, you can go to firstpreseaster.com. Now, if you are uncertain whether your Sunday school or life group is meeting on Easter Sunday, please check with your group leader. It is also worth knowing there will be no lunchtime or evening Wednesday Bible study this week, and if you are in another group who normally meets during the week, please also check with your group leader. As we continue to move towards Easter Sunday, an enormous thanks goes to everyone who has volunteered to welcome our guests. We still need 80 more volunteers to cover all 5 services. This includes parking hosts, greeters and ushers. If you can help, please register by going to firstpresgreenville.org and clicking on the Easter banner at the top of the page. If you need additional information, you can email events@firstpresgreenville.org. One of the highlights of our Easter tradition at First Pres is to have family photographs taken beside the flower-decorated crosses on Easter Sunday. This year, we will have 4 crosses in place, so your family can have their photographs taken in your brand new Easter outfits. What fun that will be! The crosses are located at the corner of Washington and Richardson, the courtyard at the Washington Street entrance to our new building, and in the Sturgis and Abbott gathering spaces. You will be able to access and download your pictures digitally. Allow me to welcome on your behalf my genial co-host, Michelle Ward. Michelle is interviewing Mason Simmons today about our student mission trip to the DR this summer. Michelle, Mason, welcome.
Well, thank you so much, Richard, and happy Friday, everyone. I am so excited to welcome Mason Simmons back to the podcast today. In case you are new here, Mason is one of our amazing Roots student ministry leaders, and he is going to share with us some exciting news about an upcoming trip to the Dominican Republic for our senior high. Mason, welcome back.
Thank you. I'm glad to be back.
We are so glad to have you. And Mason is actually here today to tell us a little bit about this trip coming up. This is something we do. Is this every year, Mason, or every summer?
Yeah, so this will be our 10th time going down.
Wow. Okay. So tell us about this mission trip to the DR.
Okay, so the first time we went was 2014. It was kind of the brainchild of Rick and Joyce Sturgis.
Okay.
And Sean Guida and Kate were the youth ministers at the time. But so every year since then, -2 for COVID, of course.
Right.
We've been going down to La Romana is the city in the Dominican. You fly into Punta Cana, for those of you who've been on vacation, maybe you know that. But
yeah.
So basically we're there Sunday to Saturday, and Monday to Friday we go out and we divide up into different teams. So there'll be a construction team that's helping to build a house for people living in a sugarcane village, how they call it a bate.
Right.
And then there's a group who goes out and does VBS with a church that we have a connection with down there. So they put that on for the kids. And then there's another group who will go and hand out, they're called manna packs, just kind of packs of food to people in sugarcane villages. Just kind of we say, hey, this is a gift from the Lord. He sees you, he knows you, and we'd love to pray for you. And then this year, actually, SK mentioned this in the Moment for Missions on Sunday, but this year for the first time, we have a medical component. So there's a few doctors and nurses who are coming with us that we've never done this on the youth trip.
I was going to say, this is new for the youth trip.
This is brand new. So we're going to give it a shot and kind of, we trust these doctors. One of them has been before, Aaron Brackbill, who kind of knows the routine. And so we're excited for this year.
Tell us how people can help donate towards each student's trip.
Yes. So as you can imagine, going on an international mission trip is expensive.
Yes.
And so we don't want money to be the reason a student doesn't go and experience this incredible trip. And so we've been doing this for years now, but the envelope fundraiser is a huge way that you can kind of help out to give these students the experience. And so you'll see when you walk into church, there'll be students standing around a table, and they have envelopes with different amounts of money on them, and kind of, they're supposed to, they don't always, but they're supposed to engage you and talk to you and a little bit about themselves and the trip and why they want to go. And so basically it's an opportunity for you to engage with these students to engage with the church at large, and then for us to come around this next generation to say, hey, look, we believe in you, and we as a church support you and want to give you these opportunities to see God in a different culture and a different language outside of where we grow up. And so, just financially, it's this huge opportunity to say to these younger people, like, we believe in you, and we're going to give you the resources that God has given us to sacrifice and to give these opportunities.
So that's right. So listeners, that's where you come in. We have this envelope fund that, of course, if you attend church here and you're listening, please stop by one of the tables and talk to the youth. And then obviously we've got the opportunity to give online. If you go to firstpresgreenville.org/events, and I think you look for the trip. Correct, and then you can give. And you can actually just give in general, or if you want to search up a certain student, you can give towards their trip. So you have a couple of different opportunities. You can also send a check-in if you are homebound, and just mail that to the church and ask for it to go towards the DR trip. Is that right?
For sure.
And there's going to be a QR code on the screen. So really, you really can't run from ways to
we
help
take
out.
any way.
And any amount, you all. This is so cool. A really cool way for these students, like Mason said, to get outside of their normal, everyday kind of privileged lives, because really the way that we live here is very different than the way they live. But the joy that you see on these families when, like they said Sunday, when the bus pulls up, the faces are, you just want to capture it and put it in your memory forever. So, well, Mason, is there anything else you want to share?
Yeah, I mean, I could talk about this for a long time. I won't. Just two things for the congregation, I guess. First, we're being told, especially in this next generation, is being told Christianity is a predominantly white American Southern religion. And I think once they get out of the South and out of America and they see Dominican people and Haitian people praising Jesus in Spanish and in Creole and in totally different culture, they realize, oh my gosh, God is a global, international God that is not American. So I think that's a huge piece. And then the second thing is kind of like what you said of, we're told in the U.S., like, we equate money and happiness.
Right.
And we see these people who don't have anything, and they're more joyful than we are. So we think, oh, maybe I need to rethink my understanding of money, that maybe that's not like the end-all, be-all in life. There's more to it. And so just generation after generation now has experienced this, and it's been so special to be a part of, and so grateful to this church to every year support this trip in the way they do.
He's right. God is on the move everywhere, and even more so sometimes, like you said, in the places where you would maybe least expect it. Well, this is so exciting, Mason. And obviously, we would love for you to give, but if you aren't able to give, that's okay. You can pray for the students as well. That is a huge thing, to pray for this trip and to pray for their safety, and just begin praying for each and every person going. And there's 60 students?
Actually now 61.
Oh, 61. So, somebody signed up after
that's right.
Sunday, didn't they?
Thing, yeah.
Well, Mason, thank you so much. Thank you for all you do here at First Pres, and just the love that you give our students, and for Kate and Courtney and Charlie and just everybody that's involved, and for all the volunteers. And like we said, you can go online. You can look at the QR code at any of our slides. You can fill out, bring some cash to the envelope or a check to the envelope funds on Sundays, and just, again, pray for the students. But we are so excited about this trip, and thank you again for sharing.
Yeah, of course. Thanks for having me.
As most of you know, this Sunday is Palm Sunday, when we remember Jesus arriving in Jerusalem and the crowds welcoming him as the Messiah. Our own children will participate in worship on Sunday, and they will help us remember the significance of this event as they process into church during the opening praise on Sunday morning. At the 10:45 Ignite service, Matson and Madison Hutchins will be accompanying Master Monroe Hutchins as he participates in the sacrament of his baptism. At the 11 o'clock service, Miss Louise Painter will also be baptised as Mum Eliza and Dad Trevor prayerfully take their baptismal vows. Please take a moment on Sunday morning and assure both families of your prayerful good wishes for them as they seek to raise their children in a Christian home. On Sunday, we will be exploring the significance of Palm Sunday and the arrival of Jesus in Jerusalem. If you have a moment, try to read ahead and go through that well-known passage, John chapter 12, verses 12 through 19. Of course, it focuses on the significance of Palm Sunday. Incidentally, there's a great deal more taking place in this passage than we first realise. So let me encourage you, read it slowly as you prepare to join us Sunday morning. Meanwhile, I trust you have a great weekend and look forward to welcoming you on Sunday.